Ben, how you doing, Ben?
Hello.
Look at him, he's had a shave.
Yeah.
It's taken 10 years off you. You now look in your sort of early 20s, mid-20s. Look at you, baby face. Hi, ladies.
Feel naked.
Oh, do you want an ice cream, kids?
Very sweet, these kids.
Don't never do that.
I've got the Vaseline.
No, you're so sweet, kids. So how's everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing wonderful. The reason we're coming on a little bit earlier is because obviously it's the World Cup and England have got their first game tonight and I don't want to miss it. So we're going to be rolling for about an hour or so, just over an hour. We're going to start off mainly and focus on a story with a political activist, Turning Point UK. He was part of, I don't know if he still is, a gentleman goes by the name of Young Bob, who's been going, this story's been going viral over the last couple of days because he was first attacked a couple of days ago. I believe it might have even been over the weekend. Then something else has happened yesterday or the day before. So there's been like 3 or 4 incidents over the last week. So I want to sort of go through the whole thing. I've seen the brief clip that was all online of people attacking him while he was on the floor. So we're going to go through the whole thing together. I don't know. Have you seen any of this stuff, Ben?
I've not really seen much. I've been too busy, if I'm honest.
Yeah. So
just what I've read quickly on the newsfeed on my phone. But
yeah, I mean, we both know he is. I met him at the Britannia in Canary Wharf last year and had a brief chat with him, and he seems like a nice enough guy, but I can see why certain people won't like what he's saying. But to get violence is never acceptable. But it just seems those on the left, which you will find out today, they condone violence if you don't think like them politically or say the right thing. Which again,
terrorists.
Yeah, it's not acceptable. It's totally unacceptable. So, what we'll do is we'll get into the first video. Or to be honest, I'll just kind of go through the whole thing because we've got a few bits and bobs. To get it, because his name's Bob, like I was going Bob, bits and bobs.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
You don't get it. His name is
I do
Bob.
get it. You're just like a child. Come on.
No, I said like bits of clips, like stuff we're going to cover. And
I got it.
Bobs.
Yeah.
Like bits and bobs, like the English saying, because his name is Bob. So bits of news and bobs. So it's tying the story of the bobs to him because his name's Bob. Do you not think that's funny?
It's funny.
You don't get it, do you?
I do get it, Gav.
No, look,
let me just stop. A bit more grown up.
Let me just stop. Right. So, like sometimes you go, oh, I've got to go shopping. What do you get? Bits and bobs. Oh, that just means like I might get a bit of deodorant, bit of hair gel, and stuff like that.
Or in your case, Tampax.
This story, the guy's name is Young Bob, right? Because we're doing the news, I thought maybe I could say bits, like other stories, bits, yeah, and bobs, because of Bob's story. Do you get it? Bits and bobs. Are you tired?
Oh, sorry, mate. Are you talking?
Yeah, I'm saying Bob, who we're doing the story about. Young Bob was attacked, and we're doing a couple of stories. So I was saying, like, bits
and bobs. Yeah. I thought I passed that conversation half hour ago.
Okay, so we'll start with this. Okay. Right. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through. Thanks. I'm going to go through different bits and bobs because there's a lot of different videos. So I want to kind of get it in order because they're kind of all over the place. Let's find. This is the first video that I believe got it all going in the last week or so. Let me just find you little patter cake. Is it this one? Let me just. Oh, that doesn't sound too nice, does it? Right, no, this is the video, I believe. Right, this is the first video. It says this was on June the 15th, so Monday. Christian political live streamer Young Bob has been attacked and beaten by a mob in Manchester. The teenager has been reported being left unconscious by the attack, which he says was initiated by a group of foreign lads and encouraged by members of the leftist NGO. Members from Stand Up to Racism were counter-protesting, and they were egging them on and filming it, which doesn't surprise me because pretty much like what happened with Charlie Kirk, really. Just here we go. So this is the very first video where it all started. So let's get into it. So,
is that a pair of crutches that lad's got?
I don't know. So you've got the guy in the hat. Right, so you've got to pay close attention, ladies and gents, because you might have seen this on a few other social media platforms by now, to a guy in the brown top called Ponytail. Not me, because I've got long hair, but the guy there in the brown hair is called Ponytail. His name is Daniel Rushby, and that will become evident in the next couple of videos. So he's getting involved. And again, there's probably about 10 people there versus one. So one kid versus about 10 people. And yeah, I think you're right. Is that crutches or a stick or something? Maybe it's
crutches.
What do you call it? The protester thing, you know, the banner. You know, they all carry them
Oh,
banners. Maybe
sticks,
it's one of them.
Yeah. What are they, crutches? They're crutches.
No, it's not. It's the camera. It's the camera stand. So where everything's being filmed, they've smashed all of his camera gear, and they're using his camera sticks and camera stands to beat him with it. What the flip? So realistically, I mean, we've not seen what he said to. I'm not saying incite this, but to, well, we haven't seen the language used prior to this incident. So let's just. But again, every single one of them should be arrested for assault. Because you can't be doing that if you don't like what someone says. And this is Ponytail, smashing his stuff, stole his camera. And is that Liam, the YouTube guy? Is it Liam something? You know the guy I mean? He does like a chat show. You know the guy who's got the black hair, the curtains? You know, the guy who normally does the chat thing on the camera in the studio. I'm sure this is another guy that does that sort of stuff. Liam something. It might be him, it might not be. So they're stealing his cameras and all of that stuff and running away with his equipment after attacking him physically.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Which is disgusting in itself that kind of stuff is happening. So
Partly,
yeah, that's
that Ponytail guy's been arrested.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking. That's what we're going to get to. Right. Thanks for spoiling the story. Right. So that's right. So I don't know if this is a different angle. So they're attacking someone else. Oh, that is him. That is him. Sorry. Right, that is him. So yeah, I don't know why it takes 4 or 5 people and there's girls. Again, girls shout things like "Don't be violent towards women," but you see a girl there grabbing his stuff, punching him, and all of that. Does that mean he's not got a right to defend himself? You know, someone might have stamped on his. You know, so there's what's happened to him. So that's the initial.
Lucky, that's all he's got.
That's what I think. And do you know what? I don't even know if I said to him on the day that I met him, "Be careful." And it weren't me. No, it wasn't as a threat. But me and you being older, we know what it's like out there. We know you've got to be streetwise and be careful. And he's 17 years old, so I must have met him when he was 16. So that was
17, 18 into you.
Yeah. So this I believe was straight after. So let's see what's happened here. Right. Okay. I believe this was straight after.
Glory be to God, guys. Glory be to God, guys.
Or is there another one? I think I might have another one where he went on the TV straight after. Hang on. So this one is that was today. I'm pretty sure he was interviewed on GB News or one of them. 1 second. Yeah, he was interviewed on Okay, so this was prior to that video. Right, let's just watch this one first. I think this was on the day of it happening, and this was literally after.
I'm doing well. I'm concussed, so I've just been told don't go to sleep and eat plenty. However, this has only just encouraged me to go out more, obviously with security, to talk about the message because, like Keir Starmer says, both ideologically and demographically, we're set to be an island of strangers. People don't agree with each other. Political tribalism and sectarianism is on the increase, which obviously means that people like myself, a 17-year-old activist, can be attacked from talking about something that's very normalized in the political spectrum, which is mass deportations.
And talk to me about exactly, because I imagine a lot of obvious listeners know exactly who you are and what you do, right? But
hello, Pat. So, Liam Tuss, I think. Yeah, Spartan.
What were you doing? Where were you? What's your kind of usual thing? Because you go out and you try to have conversations with people, don't you?
Yeah, so I have been doing public debate since I was 15. So I started out at Speaker's Corner, then went into universities. So I do public debate stands at universities, either invited or just outside of public property, and I also do it on the streets, talking about right-wing policies, because of course there's been a capturing of these institutions, even in the general public, on the extreme left. So I try to deconstruct that, and even if I don't change people's minds, I'm trying to go out there and say, look, people like me exist. We can be amicable with each other, but know that people like me exist and people hold to my views, and this is why I believe in them.
Yeah, I don't know.
And to be honest, he's got every right to do that in this country because this is supposed to be a country of freedom of speech. If you remember back to when Trump said it to Starmer, oh, we've had freedom of speech for years, is what Starmer said.
Proud of our freedom of speech.
Yeah. But it seems if you say the wrong thing, I mean, I can't support blindly, you know, that he didn't say anything racist. I don't think he did. I think he just said things that have been like what me and you get. Oh, you say so. Oh, that's racist. No, you just don't. Yeah, you just don't like what I'm saying. I'm not saying that is what happened. Hopefully, there'll be some footage and we can look at it ourselves. But it seems it's the same thing as Charlie Kirk that. And it's all over social media. You've got people who dislike him, obviously, that, oh, he was asking for it and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, what's going to happen then? What's going to happen then when this whole thing that they're pushing through, the supposed child safety stuff online, the under-16s banning social media, they're obviously going to push for the digital ID, which anyone with common sense kind of knows. And you'll have all of the people on the left saying, well, I don't mind giving over my passport. I don't mind giving my driving license. I don't mind giving my credit card. This means none of you will be anonymous. So all of the people that comment on these videos saying things like, yeah, he deserves what Charlie Kirk, you know, you know what I'm saying, that stuff, all of these people are going to get found out. I mean, maybe there are people on the right doing this kind of thing. But I find it rather bizarre that we're in a day and age where if me and you or Bob go out on the street and just say, I want this to be a Christian country, that becomes such a heated topic and leads to violence. Do you think it's, I mean, I think we both expected this kind of stuff with him. I did. Yeah. I don't know about you.
He's always targeted, isn't he? So
yeah, I expected it because
figure now.
Yeah, because he's not going to back down, and he's got a pair of nuts on him, the fella, for not backing down, and I admire that. But it's going to be very dangerous.
Just see with the sound off that footage of what happened to you again today. But could you just describe the order of events then? So where were you? What were you talking about? And how did this, I suppose, attempted lynching happen?
Yeah, so I'm in Manchester to film content for the Makerfield by-election. So obviously to take advantage of the fact I'm up north, because of course I live in London, I was doing debate stands in both Liverpool and Manchester.
Hello, Nikki. Hello, Rex. Oh crap! That didn't go well, Ben. I'll just leave that down there. Yeah, never.
Now, Liverpool went out without a hitch, even though it's considerably
this was on the 15th.
More left wing. But in Manchester, doing a stand on mass deportations and securing our borders, a very right-wing and normalised issue in the political agenda, a group of lads and also two left-wing activists who were sort of egging on each other randomly grabbed me as I was sitting down, had to stand up.
The thing is, regardless of his words, let's say, for example, he threw out there, I don't like Muslims and I don't like Islam or brown people, and he was racist. He would be arrested under the British laws of racism. You can't go around and be openly racist. You can't do that. It's against the law. There are laws for that. So why would if that's what he did, then why wasn't he arrested? Because I'm sure there would have been police, especially if he's going somewhere, you know what I mean, doing a speech or whatever he did. There's going to be police there.
Yeah, they'd be ready to arrest him at any point.
Yeah, exactly. So, like Charlie Kirk, if anyone there and they say, "Oh, I don't like black people because blacks are this," come on, mate, you're going to get arrested. You can't be saying things like that. And again, none of us condone that. So, I don't believe that happened. I don't believe that happened. So it seems the norm to attack people violently now.
Then they started kicking at my head, and they tried to steal some of my equipment to obviously not get them to secure footage of them committing illegal actions. And then the police had to show up, and I was secured at a Greg's where they took a statement, said we would take a proper statement the next day, and hopefully we can get these guys prosecuted.
What do you make of the police response to this then? Because, I mean, that video is absolutely horrific. And by the way, if there are people watching this, or when this gets clipped up and put online later, you know, and there's people of the left or even the far left who are celebrating this kind of stuff that's happened to you, I would just
I think you might be going into a care home. Really?
politely say, well, how would you like it if the shoe was on the other foot then?
But the thing is, that's my argument. Every time I see these videos, it's predominantly 95% the left doing this to people. When you see the government calling out the far right and all of this, it's normally the far right, whoever they are, arguing with police. Not saying it's right, but I don't, from what I've seen or what we've covered on it, I haven't seen people like Bob or, you know what I mean, anyone else. Wesley, that Wesley guy who was attacked, did you see him, the Asian guy? He was attacked about 3 weeks ago and had his face caved in Paris, I think it was. And he's another person that goes out and films. But again, he's a person on the right being attacked. I don't recall any of these leftists. Do you know what I mean? Like Narinda or all these people. I don't recall people going out and physically beating her. I've not. Have you seen anything like that? No, that's what I mean.
Those are the rules that you're saying are now absolutely fine. Then the next time there's some kind of far left rally, are you realistically saying that people who disagree with you have the right to go and batter you in the street? Well, no, of course not. So I just want to...
That's what the left say, though. That is what the left say, because if you look, we'll look under the comments on here and some of the others, and you'll see anonymous lefty accounts. Well, he deserves it. He's asking for it. You know, he's this, he's that. He's going to get Charlie Kirked and all of this stuff.
Well, just because he's got a different view.
Yeah.
Say that to people who might be critiquing you a little bit here, but what did the police do? Because, you know, they must have seen this. It looks horrendous.
Yeah, so that is one clip of a woman who are actually egging on the people to attack me. And what happened afterwards, that was the first series of attacks that happened. As soon as I tried to achieve some of my equipment, so we had footage to send to the police, they attacked me again. Now, the police arrived pretty shortly there afterwards. However, as soon as they were escorting me out of the area, some left-wingers who were filming the entire event, that was the only thing I could really remember, was one guy, balding, ginger hair, filming the event. I said to the police, he has footage of everything chronologically happening. You might want to seize his phone, which is, of course, an authority that the police can enact, and they refuse to. So I can respect...
I don't respect it, because if it was a Tommy Robinson thing or United Kingdom, they would have taken the stuff immediately, wouldn't they? So,
I think if anyone attacks anybody for a different belief, they deserve locking up anyway.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where you're left, right, centre, whatever. You know, everyone's got a different view.
Claire Girls,
a certain view doesn't mean that you have to agree to it.
Yeah. Claire Girls says, but are attacks on supporters of the left put out on media platforms?
Very rarely.
What about
trans people?
No, but they would be, though, wouldn't they? Because it would support the narrative and the mindset that they push on everyone, that people like me, Ben, and everyone else, we're all racist, blah, blah, blah. So I'm pretty sure if one of us went up to someone and attacked someone physically at a protest, that's gold dust for them. You know, here, remember what we've been saying? There they are doing it. Here's that guy on YouTube. Here they are doing the violence. They want us eradicated. So I think the first thing that they would do is put it on social media. That's what I'm saying. I've not really seen it. Maybe it's out there. We've just not seen it.
Yeah, well, what people forget are a lot of times it's a trans shouting violence at other people and being violent to other people, which then causes people to defend themselves and hit back. So, you know, if you're going to start hitting and lashing out at people and threatening people, expect to get knocked out or hit.
Yeah.
Servicemen. However, when all these institutions are captured and a lot of the older officers have gone out into retirement, the new officers are of the progressive left-wing ilk, so they sort of refuse to do anything because it could be seen as controversial. However, sometimes my age does actually play into my benefit, because most people with hearts see a 17-year-old being attacked simply because he's putting his voice out there and say that's quite harrowing, and we're actually going to do something about this.
I mean, I've got extreme kind of views anyway. I think if maybe Ben, it's because we grew up with the things like Jerry Springer. You know, like I don't know if all of you guys watch that, but Jerry Springer, like I grew up watching those kind of shows. Jeremy Carlin, not all the time, but we were aware of those kinds of shows. So they would do crazy things like bring on the Grand Wizard or whatever he was called from the KKK, or they would bring on Bible bashers that were hardcore. You must praise Jesus or burn, and you know what I mean. I don't agree with it, but I believe everyone's got a right to say what they want to say, freedom of speech, as long as it's not breaking the law. If a person who supports the KKK wants to go on the street and dress up how he dresses up and speak, I believe he's got the right to do that in this country. If he goes out there and speaks and puts out actual racist rhetoric and he speaks, it needs to be pure white blood and... Bro, you've got to be arrested. You can't speak like that in this country. But I believe everyone, in other words, you're giving everyone the freedom to say what they want. You know what I mean? I believe in that. It's up to you whether you overstep that line. I don't know if you feel the same, Ben. You might think I'm a bit extreme.
No, I'm probably more extreme. I'd say I'm complete for free speech regardless. It's the action that counts in my eyes.
Yeah.
I think American free speech is free speech. I mean, you should be able to say what you want, express what you want.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the reason... okay, I'll give you an example. There's a guy in America that just got arrested for... I don't even know, but he's in jail now. He was going viral, this American guy, right? But he was going out doing the streaming, and he was going to events or places to antagonize black people. He was a white guy, but he was antagonizing them in a racist way. And you go, okay. But then when they got angry, this man would say, oh, look, he's chimping out, the monkey, you know what I mean? Trying to compare him to... Well, to be honest, mate, if you go and do that, something's going to happen to you. Now, that's what I'm saying. I draw the line. You can say what you like, do what you like, but if you say something like that, derogatory, racial, or something like that, you know what's going to happen to you. Do you not think?
Oh yeah, totally. Like I say, I'm all for free speech in totality. It's like, yeah, it's the action that counts.
Yeah, because
I mean, if you want to hate on Britain, hate on Britain. If you want to hate on me, hate on me. If you want to hate on someone else, hate on someone else. It's the action that counts. If you want to threaten violence, fair enough. But prepare for consequences of getting punched in the head.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So this is, I believe, I don't know if this is from today, but this gentleman, sorry, with the long hair, this is Ponytail again. So his name's Daniel Rushby. This is the guy in the middle, and this is in Manchester again. So this is since, I believe, that happened. So it's another protest. Obviously, the left lot and the right lot, whatever they're doing, and the geezer on the right in the hoodie is saying, "Push me again, or you'll see. You'll see what happens." Oh no, it's someone up here on the stairs. Touch me again. He's warning the guy with the long hair. Yeah, because the guy there is antagonising them, and he's got the placard again, and he's hitting people with the placard and all of that. And then you see again, sorry to point out, you see that this is a woman. No disrespect, I'm saying it as it is. Here is a woman with glasses, and she throws a right-hand punch at this guy with the hoodie. He hasn't touched her. He hasn't hit her. She's gone in to throw a punch, this lefty girl. Look, see that? Now, what happens if he does it back? He gets arrested for assault. So why is it, again, okay for a woman to do this? She should be arrested as well. That's assault. And then the placard comes over the top again with Ponytail. Look, he's trying to hit him with it. So it escalates more. And here's the golden moment. Bang. Did you see that? Someone comes out of the crowd on the stairs up like in this corner and right hooks him. Right in the jaw, out cold.
Oh, see, when you hit him back, he's on deck now. Would you class that as self-defense, or would you class that as
Self-defense.
Oh.
I know it would
because
be.
he's not attacking that guy that's just hit him. He's going for the other guy, isn't he?
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe that is assault as well, because you can't be. You're right. You can't be hitting people, but it's like when. That's what I'm trying to say. When you see things like what he done to young Bob, when you see things that's what's happened to Charlie Kirk, even I think it was a year or two ago, didn't a girl throw a pint of lager or eggs or something at Nigel Farage when he was out? Do you remember? And it was like it all went, and she got arrested, and the flower girl or whatever. I can't remember what she threw at him. But it seems to be commonplace that the left do this and get away with it. It's only going to be a matter of time till it starts becoming a natural thing and a natural response for people to do it back. And that's when it's going to start to kick off. And everyone's shocked, like, whoa, you can't do that. I'm like, come on. What did he think was going to happen, you know? He's so brave, isn't he? I mean, it's pathetic. I'm sorry, I just see people like that as pathetic. I really do. So yeah, that's the guy that's been arrested, and I want to show you. His name's Daniel, as I say, Daniel Rushby. His name is, and there's more stuff of him. So let's go through. This is a follow up about him being arrested.
Initially, and we actually have footage of what happened a few minutes before. She threw water on me and she told her gang of friends to actually go and attack me. She's now been put into custody, and a few other people.
Oh, the girl. So a girl that antagonised that situation when he was first attacked.
People were looking to arrest. They've already identified the transgender individual, and we believe that he will be arrested in due course. So they said this is the most high-profiled assault they've ever seen in Manchester, which is fantastic. Thanks to all of you guys for spreading.
Does he mean how high profile it talks of in terms of like our social media person going out? Because there's obviously been more controversial news stories that are high profile. Maybe the police mean high profile just in terms of like this type of circumstance of someone just speaking, you know what I mean, speaking on the street.
The message, because that has forced them to actually do something about this, and it really shows that on the ground activism and online pressure does work, and it goes hand in hand. I mean, Makefield.
Yeah, of course. Go on. Yeah, go on, man.
Claire, you keep going on about, oh, it suits your agenda and it's fact to that. Show me the facts, show me the footage of where the left are being attacked by the right and the right have started it. Because I haven't seen one. Not one anywhere.
Oh, I see. Oh, Claire's saying it's like you're loving this. It suits your agenda. All the left are angry, violent people. Yeah. That's not the case.
If we can find footage of that, I'd be happy to say, yeah, they're wrong, they're wrong. Like, I'm not right wing. I'm centre.
I'll be more blunt, Claire. I'll be more blunt, right? Charlie Kirk was shot in the neck, and we watched him die. Whether you like him, whether you dislike him, it happened, right? America, not the UK. This has happened to him multiple times, right? Like Ben said, if this type of thing has happened, we've had 2.5 years of Palestine protests. 2.5 years. Are you telling me that of the let's create a magical number? There's got to have been maybe, let's say 2 million at minimum over that time. 2 million people over that time at least have visited those protests. Different people from around the country, maybe people have come from over abroad, people that have come to the UK, and things have escalated with either the police, with either the so-called far right, all of those protests. So we've had maybe 100 protests of Palestine protests. Where is the footage of a single person on the left? For even someone would have filmed it. Someone, you can't. It's impossible. That's what I'm trying to say. You with social media now. Even if Bob went there and didn't even set up his own video camera, that weren't even his camera, the footage. The footage we've seen of him, it's not even his camera. Someone somewhere is always filming, especially in a crowd. Do you know what I mean, Ben? If me and you went to Notting Hill Carnival and we didn't even have our phones, and I went up and just randomly smacked someone in the mouth, there's millions there. Someone somewhere has just got to go, oh, what's going on? Like, someone somewhere has got the footage. The fact that it doesn't exist anywhere tells me that it hasn't happened. Or if it has, where the bloody hell it is? Where is it?
The message, because that has forced them to actually do something about this. And it really shows that on the ground activism and online pressure does work, and it goes hand in hand. I'm in Makefield. I'll be there until the count. I was planning on doing stands up north for the rest of the week until the actual National Day of Action on Thursday, but it turns out I'll be with my Restore brethren. I'll be on Talk TV this evening and also on Dan Wooten Outspoken. So
are you there, Rex?
You can look at that.
Yeah, I'm here.
Sorry, I didn't even see. My apologies.
Hello,
ladies and gentlemen, this is Rex. Hi, Rex.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Quick, going back to that young Bob thing.
Right.
Okay, the police should have been there a lot more faster. They should have actually taken that guy's phone, right, to actually take it for evidence.
Yeah.
You do realise now that governments, not just over here in America and over here as well, if there is an accident or if there's a burglary and you have an electric car and they have sensors on them with cameras, they take your car away.
Yeah.
Take the information off it, so you're left without a car which you've paid 50 to 70 grand for.
It's
for
funny
a couple of months.
It's funny you say that. One of my friends was falsely accused of something a few years ago, and it involved a girl, and he had the dash cam, and they took the whole thing, the car, everything, to check exactly like you've just said, because they need evidence. If he's saying he hasn't done something, well, the dash cam's got the whole lot on there. It's all there. It's like you've just said. If someone's videoed something with the full incident of evidence, the first thing the police would normally do is, we need that.
What I don't understand is you've got people that are complaining about facial recognition technology, right? But if you've done nothing wrong, you have nothing to worry about. But yet, if people are stopping that, right, then why are people they're trying to stop that technology from being used by the police? Then we need to have people with film stuff so we can give it to the police so they can get the right end of the story and make sure the person sees justice.
I agree and I disagree. I'm just not one for like state flipping cameras on every single person. The only time it's given me the gripe was that the United Kingdom thing happened and Keir Starmer was in with the police commissioner and they said, which I've mentioned a million times, we're going to, the United Kingdom thing's happening today. The pro-Palestine thing's happening today. We're using facial recognition over here, but we're not using it over here. That's why I've kicked off. Not because, I'm not really for the thing, but it's the fact of, if you're going to do it, you got to do it for everyone. You can't pick and choose. Yeah, you can't pick and choose. Yeah.
You can't have one more for another.
Yeah, right. We'll continue on with Bob, as I say. And then we've got a few more things as well with Daniel Rushby.
And besides from that, my general condition is I wasn't able to sleep at all. I'm very tired. I feel really dizzy, but besides from that, the concussion isn't that terrible. Some people can't even go outside. That's how bad it is. So I got out well because people have told me before how to handle myself, especially when it comes to people kicking your head in. You need to protect your head because those guys don't care about your life. And this is the issue. People talk about doing stands and how it's so 2016 now. I like public debate stands. I've been doing them since.
Yeah, but so do I, though. Even when it's someone that I don't like, I'm trying to think of an example. Is there anyone in particular? I don't know. I watch loads of different, like these type of debates and stuff. And even if it's someone I don't like, Hassan Piker, I don't like him. But if he was to go and do something like this, I would still watch. I would watch someone give their speech just to see what their point of view is, because I need to understand why they're saying what they're saying. I don't think it's logical to just silence people when you don't agree with them.
But I can't even go back to Speaker's Corner after someone threatened me to be stabbed. But I like doing them. But unfortunately, unlike America, where it's just a left-wing problem, we have a migration problem. That's why we need to talk about having remigration, and it being put into the Overton window, because we have generations of migrants who don't share the same culture, and they have an alien culture.
So this is what this. I'm assuming this is the sort of language of what he's been attacked for. But what he's saying isn't false, is it? Because if you look at somewhere, I think we covered yesterday with Mehdi Hassan, who's just started his new news network in the UK. He left here to go and work for MSNBC. He said something during COVID, and they didn't say they fired him, but they demoted him. So he's coming back to the UK to start his own thing, which is why you're seeing this guy Mehdi Hassan all over the news. And it's people like him who will support what happened to him. It's people like him that will encourage the same as what happened in America, you know, with Charlie Kirk. They will encourage this. Well, you know, if you're saying something that like this and you're a racist, like, it's not racist to say what he's just said. Mehdi Hassan said we should have all of these people over from Sudan. But we watched and saw the chart yesterday. The people in Sudan, the violence against women, the violence in general, sexual assault against women is the level. I can't even remember what it was.
It was higher. It's two or three times higher.
Yeah, 2 or 3 times higher than. So why would you want millions of those men coming to England? That's what Bob is saying. Like what he's actually saying is, well, if we know those people that are coming are not culturally the same as us, and they're going to come over, and we're encouraging more, well, why would you let them in? But then you have the left in this country say, but we've got white people doing it. Yes, we've got our own problem here. We've got our own problem with people doing it. We've got to deal with that. Why would you add 3 times the amount more on top of it? That makes no sense. And I don't understand women supporting it. I genuinely don't. We'll listen to this, and then I'll see what you guys think.
And they're taught that as soon as the British people are woken up to the issue of demographic change, they have to violently suppress British people, as it says in Enoch Powell in his River of Blood speech.
Yeah, we covered that last year. I think we'll have to do that again, because it is a great speech. I actually see a news reporter just last week, say how the Enoch Powell was evil, the River of Blood speech was evil, but he was pretty accurate. But again, we'll come back to that another time. Before I jump on to the next one, so with young Bob, I'll start with Ben. Ben, what do you think about that whole thing of him being attacked in public for presenting open debate?
Being attacked for views wrong anyway. I think if you're attacking anybody, you should be locked up. But saying token, you got to be careful what you're saying, because you're going to ignite that. You know, fury, especially if you got like lefties around you, you got to be careful what you're saying, because you know full well they're going to attack you. Especially in that sort of group. Not every time. I'm not saying that, Claire, before you kick off.
No, I mean, well, she's actually just said, she says, I'm not particularly left or right. I agree we should be able to express our views and not be attacked. I think we have many issues in this country. Immigration is not helping. So that alone, that's what I'm trying to say to you, Claire. If you go out in the street, if you went out like he did and said immigration is not helping this country, or something like that, the same thing would happen to you.
Yeah,
because
my
apparently
point
that
is,
makes you...
Don't go in front of a lot of immigrants and say, all right, immigration is bad and we should deport them, because you're going to start something, aren't you? You go in front of a load of immigrants that are there.
But then at the same time, is it at the stage in this country where something... I agree with you, but isn't it at the time in this country where we're so far gone with it that something like that drastic needs to happen in order for it to be on the mainstream media, forced into the eye to, like, you can't even say this? Whether he's right or wrong, do you know what I'm saying? Like, people have tried speaking to the government, people have tried speaking to the local MPs, and it's been blanked for how many years? So it's like it's getting to a stage where things like this are going to escalate. Not saying it's right, but doesn't seem to be any other options now.
Yeah, I mean, we're in dangerous times now, aren't we? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Very dangerous times.
Robbie says him being attacked is definitive proof that multiculturalism does not work. Yeah. Token Pirate says absolute cowards, 4-on-1 against a 17-year-old lad. They soon went running when just one English fella stepped in. Yeah. What do you think, Rex, about the whole thing with Bob?
To be honest, right, the people that support them, these leftists, they've been brainwashed into believing this crap, because they've been brainwashed into believing Marxism. Marx was an absolute idiot. He lived off mummy and daddy's money, Every paper he worked at, he failed at, and he died piss poor. Why would you listen to someone that's a failure in life?
No, I agree with you. I do agree with you.
But
it's
again, right? What we need to do is we need to stop these kids stop teaching these kids this crap and teach them stuff about anti-communism, how many people they killed, because this is and propaganda and not just right. Here's the thing: not Herman Goering. I think no, it was Goering. I think it was either Goering or one of the others said, the bigger the lie, right? The more grander the lie, and the more times it gets told, the bigger it gets.
the more
And that was
tell
the
lie.
leader.
And
that was a leader of the propaganda for the Nazi Party.
Yeah, in other words, if you tell a lie enough times and enough people start telling the same lie, it becomes reality kind of thing. Not meaning it's true. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. But what you've just said there,
that's the problem that we have. That's the problem that we have. People believe the lie and then it gets too big and then people start to believe it when really... Okay, so there's a video out there, guys. I want you to check out. It's on account Dankula, his second account on YouTube, and it's an actual thing where an MI6 unit that are called Nudge and Riku have been exposed. These units aren't meant to be actually real. These units are the type of units like, do you remember when poor Henry got stabbed?
Yeah,
they would be in charge of the family of Henry's family. When they were to release a statement, they would write the statement for him, so it wouldn't incite violence towards anyone else.
Yeah, but you landed on something there that just got me thinking. Why are they being taught this crap? And it kind of coincides with what Starmer released on Monday about this social media ban for under 16s. And it keeps going around in my head. And again, it's another topic, is a hot topic here in England at the moment. But again, I'm against the ban in the social media for under 16s simply because I think that it's useful to kids. You learn stuff on there. I understand that there's predators and all of these kinds of things. But I look at it on the flip side of the coin. Let's say they've all been banned from these platforms, right? Which they're going to be. By tomorrow, there's going to be a fake Facebook and another 50 fake Facebooks created for kids to use that are not going to be on that list of banned websites. You're going to have another version of TikTok and another
Thank you, Gavin.
At least there's some sort of, even though it's not ideal, but at least that's the platform that it's on. By now, kids, we don't know, Rex, we're fucking old. By now, kids are already looking and go, no, it doesn't matter that TikTok's gone. There's a thing that's going to be used that's going to be called bomb.
Gav, what did prohibition do for America when they banned alcohol? Right?
Yeah,
it made
created
alcohol, it made
a
whole entire black market. That is what they're doing with social media.
That's the problem, I think.
Banning cigarettes for kids as well.
And more of them vape now. More kids probably vape now than they did smoke.
Yeah, exactly. So they could probably
because you can't smoke and you go, well, it's a bad time. I'm going to go and vape. Because that's what I would have done. I would have gone and started vaping.
That's all it is. Is they're just creating.
It's creating a monster.
Markets.
Yeah, it is. It's going to create a monster. But the problem is, it's like anything. I'm not saying I have the answer. I don't have the answer. But it's like the same age-old argument that we used to have back in the 80s, in the 90s. How do we stop pirating films? First, it was VHSs. Then it was DVD man. Do you remember the Asian DVD man coming to DVD, bruv? DVD man.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Now it's Pirate
DVD
Bay.
lady had everything in it.
It's Pirate Bay. It's, I don't even know, like all these different movies.
No. Peer-to-peer sharing was very, very popular. Then it got kind of knocked down because of the certain lawsuits that were going on between. It even got to the point. It even got to the point where people that owned Pirate Bays were buying old bloody well oil rigs and using them and converting them into server farms.
There you go. That's what I'm trying to say. So
international law, so they can't do anything.
But even now, when you look at it, I don't even know what's at the cinema now. But I guarantee you, the movies that were out last Friday, or whatever day they come out of the cinema, they'll already be on these websites today. So, in other words, what I'm trying to say is, when it comes to technology and piracy and accessing dark web things, the more you try to block it rather than monetize it, the more underground it becomes, the more dark web it becomes. And that's what I'm saying. I think that because that's what I'm saying, Rick, we would have, if something like that was to happen to us now, we'll go, right, we've got to find a way around it. And then everyone else finds that way around it.
I'm still like that.
And every Tom, Dick and Harry has got MP3s. Every Tom, Dick and Harry has seen a pirate film. Everyone has on their USBs. Their mate gives to them. It's impossible to stop certain things. We can't stop drugs coming into the country. How long has that been going on? We've got to stop cocaine coming in. We'll do what we can. We'll do it. You can't. It's impossible. To me, that's how I feel about the social media ban. It doesn't mean I think that it isn't dangerous, social media. I do 100% agree with all of you that believe the danger of predators and everything else. But I'd rather have the place and go, that's where they all are, and that's where all the kids are. That's where they are. How are we going to tackle all of those people that are a danger to kids? Rather than going, close it down, off you go into the sunset. Because then you've got no track. You've got no tracing or track of anything. That's where I stand on it.
Right. So the best way for them to deal with this, and I've spoken to people with young children. I was at a birthday party last weekend, for my friend's birthday, and a lot of their friends have kids. And I said, the simple solution for this is if you have a phone, right, you link your phone to your child's phone, and you can control what they watch. Yeah.
I know.
You do not need government overreach. You do not need government overreach.
Yeah.
You can set times for when they have that phone on from in the morning to the time they go to bed.
I might actually do a video with and cover it for people on here and just put it up just so people can see that you can already do it yourself, because it's bizarre that so many people still don't understand that. They still don't understand that, which is crazy. But anyway, back to all this madness. So here is that fella, as I say, the guy who attacked Bob, Rushby. I've got a few more videos, and this is the one in particular that I wanted to show you where he was harassing old people, which is bizarre. What a bizarre thing to do. But again, you see this from a lot of people on that side where no one or everything is free reign. Right, here's the video, and he's calling an Indian woman, I believe she's in Pakistan or somewhere, he's calling her a racist, which is crazy to me.
I know what racism is. How dare you? How dare you call me a racist?
Why are you calling my wife a racist?
I'm taking you as a group a racist.
Why are you calling my wife a racist?
I'm taking you as a group a racist.
No, you're calling my wife a racist. You called me a racist.
Yeah.
Fuck off and go away. All right.
How dare you call me a racist?
Ponytail, yeah.
You just said to that woman, don't take a brochure from a racist. How dare you? And I will. That is slander. That is totally slanderous, and you can go away now. We have nothing to say to you.
I could. I mean, you could also stop.
Go away. Go away.
You could also stop these.
Fuck off.
Go away. Go on. Go away.
Go on. Fuck off.
Respectfully, I don't want you guys spreading hate, so I'm just going to continue to hate you.
So you see what I mean? Antagonizing people. And again, he's not being violent, but it shows you people like that have been doing it for a long, long time. A long, long time.
This is why people like that now need to realise if they're going to be like that, the best thing to do is to use their own argument against them and make them look fucking stupid. Oh, sorry, they make them look stupid, right? And then they'll run away because with their tails between their legs, because they'll go, oh, look, it's on film. People now think I'm stupid, and it's now going to be put all over the internet. And when people see me, they're going to go, oh, that's that bloke that was on that video that got absolutely destroyed because he's a melt.
I've got right. So we're going to mix it up now. We're going to jump onto something completely different. Is there anything you want to finish off on with that, Ben?
Yeah, I mean, you talk about the kids and stuff earlier on protecting the kids.
Yep.
My question is,
go on.
Why is it nowadays kids are interested in politics all of a sudden? We never used to be involved in politics. We didn't give a damn. Even in the 20s, we didn't give a toss.
Yep.
All of a sudden, kids being indoctrinated, getting involved in politics. It's like, protect kids from politics. That's the number one thing we need to do in this country. But that's my view.
No, fair enough.
Kids be kids.
Yeah, fair enough. I do agree with that. And that's the other thing with the social media ban, ladies and gents. It seems rather strange to me and I believe someone from the Labour Party was on BBC yesterday, day before, and she was asked a very simple question. She said, if they're banned from social media, right, but young boys at that age, 16, 17, will be allowed to join the army. So they'll be allowed to go fight in war, use a landmine and blow someone up. They'll be allowed to vote in the elections, even though they've not had a full-time job, but they can't go on Facebook or TikTok because that's deemed dangerous. It's all of those things that don't add up to me.
That's not a true statement, because
how?
you have to be 18 to go on operations.
Really?
You're legally classed, 16, you're in training, but you can't go on operations until you're 18. That's law.
So if the ban is it up to 16 or is it?
It's under 16.
Wait a minute.
Under 16.
The exact age, social. Wait a minute. Social media ban.
I mean, like what Jesse Ventura said about when he came back from Vietnam, being a Navy SEAL, and he said, "Send me back." And they went, "Why?" Because he said, "You could send me out there to blow people up, right? But I can't even buy a beer. I can't even vote in my own country. But yet you'll send me out to go and shoot the Viet Cong."
Yeah,
that's what I mean. In America, their laws, you're not an adult till 21. So over here,
is alcohol 21 or 23? What's the one? It's 21.
21.
Right.
Gambling is 21.
That's one of the things I've never understood about America. That it's the same thing. If you can go out and buy a firearm, but you can't have a Budweiser.
It depends. It depends because some states you could buy firearms at 16, or if you've got a cool mum and dad, you could have a rifle at a young age, but it's got to be locked away under the parents. They've got to look after it for you, basically. But and you've still got to stick to the rules. So the guns have got to be locked away in the gun safe. The ammo's got to be locked in a different room.
I think there's a lot's going to come into question with the whole social media thing, because I know I would say the majority of people are for it, but I just think it's more dangerous than good. I do think it's more dangerous than good because it's going to encourage black market websites and no tabs on anything. There's going to be absolutely no tabs on anything. Someone today, the day you come out and done that speech, there's someone somewhere that creates apps and websites that's going, brilliant. Yes, you're going to drive all that traffic my way because none of it. And as I say, the second that the website will be shut down, the dodgy website will be shut down, another 10 of them will pop up in the next hour because you're not keeping tabs on it. Whereas if you're That's the thing I see happen, and it will happen because it won't be difficult to do it. Right, we're going to jump into this video. This is, what's this guy's name again? Jesse. What's his name? Jesse.
Can't remember his surname. It's funny though. He is funny. Yeah,
Jesse something or other. But this is a video I watched yesterday, and sometimes I think to myself, maybe it's in my head, maybe I'm wrong, but I think you lot need to see this because this woman's crazy.
Are you a Christian?
Are you a Christian?
You acting like a 5-year-old.
Oh, are you acting like my daddy? Is that your deep, dark fantasy?
It sounds like you need your daddy. I'm sorry he failed.
Is it Jesse Lee Peterson? Jesse Lee Patterson?
Yes, Jesse Lee Patterson.
Yeah. Oh, what do you know about my dad?
Let's go to Greg.
Tell me one thing you know about my dad, because I know your dad didn't raise you.
Well, I can tell he failed you. Let's go to your artist. Conceptual
I love things like that.
He's so good.
Is it true that conceptual art is fake art?
Well, I guess that would be up to you. How much do you know about art?
That's what I'm asking you. You're the expert in that area.
He's so funny.
Fake art.
Is radio fake media?
You should be ashamed of yourself acting this way, girl.
Really? Are you my daddy? Did you my mom? Are you telling me what to do now?
You are.
Be my daddy. Is that what this is about, Jesse Lee?
You have a foul mouth.
Come on now.
Let's take some.
It's like a chip, isn't it? With people like this, it's a chip on their shoulder.
Some calls, huh?
You know, with a woman, you have no business telling me what to do.
You can't tell a woman anything. Blah blah blah. I'm a woman and independent. Okay, mate.
You worry about yourself. How are your kids? Are you raising them?
Keep it clean. Don't talk nasty on the radio. You can't speak that way on the radio.
Nasty on the radio?
Yeah.
Who you talking nasty to? You can't tell a woman what to do.
See what I mean? Crazy. I would have just dropped her there and then.
Who you don't know and expect that that's going to go well.
There are rules, aren't there? If you're going on national radio or whatever it is that he does, there are rules. It's like going on TV, mate. Like if you go on GB News, BBC, anywhere, it's like, right, when you go on there, don't swear, don't do this. Like, it's not because you're a flipping woman. There's rules and regulations.
Come on, ask a friend.
Watch your
ask
mouth.
A friend, call a friend.
Watch your mouth. I'm sure your father would be embarrassed by you. Let's go out to Cleveland, Ohio, and talk to Bessie. Bessie, good morning. You're on with Natasha.
Oh, good morning, Natasha. I also want to thank you for coming back because I had a couple of questions. I mean this sincerely. I'm trying to understand exactly what you mean. Would you please define, in your eyes, the word privilege when you say...
this is it. This is what I wanted to show you the video for, because you know where this is going. Privilege.
An opportunity to those with privilege to give to others on an individual basis.
I'm sorry, so your question is, what's my definition of privilege?
Yeah, of the word, yeah, I think...
What's your definition? Hold on a minute. What's your definition of privilege?
What is your definition of privilege, Ben?
Someone's never had to work for what they've got.
That's flipping bang on.
Born with a silver spoon in their mouth.
Donald Trump. Is he privileged? I guess he is, isn't he?
He is, yeah, because he's from a very, very wealthy family, isn't he? Like his dad was like a very, very rich man. So many politicians, a lot of the they've never actually had to work for what they've been given it through inheritance or whatever.
Look at the Bushes; they have major shares in oil companies in Texas as well as tobacco companies.
The thing is, I wouldn't say the Bushes are privileged because I've got some down my road and the council came along and dug them all up. Okay, I'll carry on, sorry.
Right.
Poor George W.
So privilege means different things to different people, and I think your question is a good one. A lot of white identified Americans, when they hear the word privilege, they think about luxury. So they think that privilege is referring to money specifically. And sure, economic class is one way of looking at privilege. Obviously, you have more money than somebody with less money. That is a privilege. But privilege is intersectional, so it works on different levels.
Do you know what? I've noticed something about the left as well, yeah? That...
Why do all the girls talk like that? They're from Hollywood. Yeah.
Can I have a coffee?
Yeah, gonna go to the beach about my cafe.
No one actually talks like that.
Why do they talk like that?
I don't know.
Why do they talk like that?
I don't know.
They sound so brain dead. I'm sorry.
What I wanted to say with her is, I've noticed this with the left, and it's only this interview that kind of pointed it out. You know how that argument has been around that like gender ideology, like transgender is, oh, you can be whatever you want to be. No one actually answers anything. So what she's doing here, privilege to me is my truth. Privilege to you is your truth. Like no one actually ever has an answer. It can be whatever you want it to be. Words can be whatever. So nothing really means anything. That's what I'm getting from her.
I have a master's degree. I don't think Jesse Lee Peterson has one. So in that case, I would have more
I don't have one
than him. Because I could take that education and those critical thinking skills out into the world and help other people. So privilege is really complicated. It's not the sort of thing that's super cut and dry, like rich people have privilege and poor people don't. If you're able to stand up and walk around, you have privilege over somebody who's less able-bodied than you. If you can vote, you have privilege over somebody who can't, who maybe is incarcerated.
Yeah, well, I'm privileged then because I've got a can of R. White's lemonade and Ben don't, so that makes me privileged. That it can be used for anything then, so the word doesn't mean anything. That's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't mean anything.
Lost the right to vote.
Okay.
All right.
Privilege is an intersectional thing.
Hold on. Go ahead.
No, I think I just want to make sure. So, Natasha, it encompasses things like economic class, education, one's physical. So
basically, she doesn't really answer, and they go to a break, and it kind of kicks off. Someone else calls in, and it kicks off.
Natasha, Beth is saying that you don't know what you're talking about.
So I want to be kind to your guest.
It very differently than that. Women tend to communicate much more compassionately. and she was communicating her story, very heartfelt, in a very heartfelt manner, and I heard that. But as I said to begin with, Bethany, I'm not talking about the privilege that you get from your doctorate or the struggles you went through growing up because you're in poverty.
But that doesn't matter, because she literally said 2 minutes ago how if you've got more money and someone doesn't have money, you're privileged. Now she's saying if you've got a doctorate and everything, it doesn't mean you've got more privilege than someone in poverty. But that's the opposite of what she just said. That's what I'm saying. She doesn't know what she's talking about.
Specifically,
the actual definition.
To the privilege.
Yeah, go on.
Is being privileged means having special rights, advantages, or opportunities most people do not have. So basically, if you're better off in life with like wealth, social status, background. So in a way, she's right, but the way she's trying to use it
in anything, it just doesn't you're not really answering the question.
Of your white identity. So if you and I go into a bank together with the exact same resume, the exact same financial background, and we go in for a small business loan, you're going to come out with a small business loan, and I'm not, because you're white.
No. That's the problem. You can't just say things without something to. This is where the problem comes in. That's the problem for me. You can't just say, "Oh, well, that would just happen just because you're black. That's how it would be." You can't.
Oh, because your credit is not good.
So I'm not making any assumptions because I don't spend time doing that. I'm way too busy actually helping people to make assumptions.
I guess,
Natasha, you won't get the loan because your credit is bad, not because of your color.
No, I said if we had the exact same background financially.
But then you'll get the loan then. You will get the loan.
Explainer. Why don't you do less talking over me and more listening?
Natasha,
okay?
Natasha, you will get the loan.
Relax, it's their show.
And do you know what's even funnier about this? The moment she says, "Do less talking over me," right? Watch when he talks. She doesn't stop talking over him. So it's what I'm trying to say. Everything that she says, she then does the opposite. Watch.
Jesse, there are laws against her not getting the loan. There are laws on the books. She's going back to the 19th.
And she's doing it right now. She's talking over another woman straight away. Look.
How do you think those laws are doing?
Pardon me, Natasha?
Do you think they're working? Do you think the laws are working? Because you have a PhD. You're not an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Like
but neither is Jesse. A degree doesn't make me anything, Natasha. Look, let's face it. I'm able to go to school.
So when you walk into a room and you say that you have a doctorate, you don't.
Bessie, thank you so much.
Come on.
Thank you. And so I'm not getting it.
It comes across as like such a pure entitlement. Look at me and look at what I am.
She's trying to talk. She's talking down to them. That's what she's doing. So I have a degree. You're just a piece of shit that I've stepped in because you don't have a degree.
And then it
That's the problem.
And it kind of contradicts. It contradicts what she claims she is, because she claims the whole thing is I claim that I'm this, but all she's doing is verbally is the opposite.
And when you counter their argument with their own argument, they don't like it. That's when they start calling you a racist, a homophobe. I've had it on X.
I think all of this is going to come up. All of this will come up, Rex. It's classic.
We have some more calls for you. I need to take a quick break, but let me just ask Natasha.
Nikki says Jesse's privileged because it's his show. Exactly. That's what I mean.
That you are a serious ego trip that's going to hurt you in the long run. You're in denial. Like you are
like Donald Trump.
You are an emotional.
Like I'm going to be like.
See what I mean? So she said, I'm just reiterating, she had a go at him for speaking over her.
Like up for
and she's doing it straight away.
Like, come on now. Since when does narcissism hurt people?
Do you realize?
You, right? How's it hurting you?
Hold on. Do you realize that you are?
I hardly have an entire radio show dedicated to
Natasha, do you realize? Do you realize that you're an emotional bastard case? Natasha, you realize you're an emotional bastard case already?
Oh, are you calling names again? Are you angry?
Let's go.
Jesse Lee, what would Jesus say about this anger?
Are you a Christian?
That is not how you treat your neighbor.
Are you a Christian? Natasha, are you a Christian?
There's just something very, very wrong with these people's behavior. I know.
It's either they have it's either they're psychotic or they're sociopathic or a mixture of both of them.
Are you a Christian? Because I believe in treating people as well as you want to be treated. And I don't spend a whole lot of time talking over people, calling them names, especially when I don't know what they know.
Let me take a break.
She's absolutely crazy, the woman. That's what I mean. I do quite like his stuff, though, because it's bizarre. Just having an open conversation with people turns into something like that. Yeah, but we're going to leave it there because the World Cup's on Sociopath. Emotional bastard cases, Robbie. I know, it's pretty bonkers, isn't it, mate? But yeah, we're going to be back. What day is it today? Wednesday. We'll be back tomorrow. I know that Nikki's excited because England are playing shortly, and I know all the rest of you are excited. Are you excited, Ben? You're going to watch it, or you're not going to watch it? Oh,
I watch
Rex?
internationals, mate. They bore me.
Oh,
I don't watch live telly either.
I don't know.
I'm not tired.
I'll probably keep an eye on the score, but if people want to, I might keep an eye on the score. But if people want to jump on Arc Raiders, I might jump on Arc Raiders as well. So I haven't been on it in a while.
I think Gav should stream it on his Discord. No, the less privileged can watch it.
Yeah. The bourgeois working classes, as the Bolsheviks like to say.
Right, anyway, thank you so much to Ben and Rex. I'll join you on Discord in a moment. We'll do it for half hour then before the game kicks off because I'm not missing the football. To everyone else, I thank you kindly for joining us this evening. We'll be back tomorrow and we'll be here Friday for our chilled evening. So from about 7, we'll do a good couple of hours again, just whatever happens kind of thing. Gamer talk, yeah, whatever you want to do, man. We'll do that Friday night. Thank you, Rex, and thank you, Ben. I appreciate you.
Everyone out.
We'll see you guys next time. Peace and love, everyone. Have a nice evening, and come on, England.